What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Tuesday night Q&A Hangout. I don't know what was up with that intro, but we're not rolling anything. No intro music, no countdown, none of that. We're just getting straight into it. The Chiefs made a move. What was that, yesterday? They traded for Joshua Uche, rhymes with Boucher. That's not new news anymore, but the Chiefs did get a pass rusher to help with the defense a little bit. And some say, well, the Chiefs didn't really need defensive help, right? I mean, we'll see. We'll see about the Mike Dana injury, his pec injury. We'll see if that is more serious than we think it is. We'll also see about how much Uche actually helps with the pass rush, because if you can get to the quarterback more, it is going to help kind of, it's going to help with deficiencies in the secondary, especially in the cornerback room with injuries. Jalen Watson on IR. Najee Johnson was in concussion protocol. You know, if you can get to the quarterback, you can disrupt him, throw off his timing, force a turnover. There's a lot of things you can do when you're getting pressure to a quarterback that could help your secondary. So the pass rush move, I don't mind it at all. It's a guy who can get out there and win. He's a speed guy. He's going to be out there on passing downs mainly. And yeah, you're going to get a guy that's going to go out there and win. He's got a pass rush win percentage almost as high as Chris Jones. And Chris Jones is double teamed a lot. It's not the same. They don't play the same position. Don't get me wrong. But it's still a good move for the Kansas City Chiefs, especially for the value. A 2026 sixth round pick. He's like $1.3 million. There's a bunch of other things that happened today. Would love to get your thoughts on just some of the stuff that happened around the league. The Ravens traded for Deontay Johnson from the Panthers, basically swapped a fifth and a sixth round pick to do it. And the Panthers are taking on $3 million of his salary. Stephon Diggs with the Texans was placed on IR. Anthony Richardson was benched after telling the world he came out on 3rd and goal because he needed a breather. He needed a break. Lots going on, and the Chiefs are undefeated. They're looking pretty good. They had nothing going on today, so there's no real new Chiefs news, no big update. In order to make room, though, for Joshua Uche, they had to make room for him on the 53-man roster. So in order to make room for him, they actually placed tight end Jody Fortson on injured reserve, which is unfortunate, right? Just because Jody Fortson is a guy who's struggled with injuries, and you hate to see that. He just got back. He just got added to the roster. So you hate to see that he is probably facing another season-ending injury. This is his second or third time with a season-ending injury, which you just hate to see. And then Skyy Moore, he did have surgery this morning. I don't know if you guys saw that. Many of us, when we saw Skyy Moore like randomly get placed on injured reserve, and we were kind of like, what? Why is he on injured reserve? That is so random. At the same time, they completed the DeAndre Hopkins trade, right? And they needed a roster spot. Skyy Moore got placed on IR. Well, this Vincera Institute, I looked it up. It's in Philadelphia, and like the main thing that's on their website, it says it's where professional athletes with core injuries go. That's per their website. Skyy Moore was there this morning. Most likely, had a successful surgery. I feel like if something catastrophic happened, we would have heard about it. So I would assume surgery was successful. I wish him a safe recovery. You don't want injuries upon anybody. He was not a fan favorite. I get it. He has not lived up to his second round draft stock. And he's on IR at least for 4 weeks. We'll see if he comes back this season or not. I have no idea. Don't know that he comes back a Kansas City Chief next year, but that's really all the Chiefs news that we've got as far as that goes. You know, some people were saying, what about Cam Robinson trading for a left tackle from the Jags? That didn't happen. The Vikings just traded for him, and the Chiefs didn't really have much cap space at all to make that move happen anyway. So yeah, I would love to hear some of your thoughts. Dan, thanks so much for the 2 months. Rob Miller with a 10 bomb. Come on, man, with a 10 bomb. Let's go. He said Justin Tucker.
There's still some of those ghosts of Justin Tucker banging a 60-yard field goal off the crossbar and through to be.
Oh man, Garofalo rather. I always mix up Mike Garofalo and then Jimmy Garoppolo, like their pronunciation. So it's not Garofalo, it's Garofalo. But Mike Garafolo there in that video, his reaction said it all. He's like, dude, did you just really say Justin Tucker's banging 60-year-olds? That's insane. Tarlock with the 3 months. Can the Chiefs ride the D against the Bucs? Yeah, they're going to have to. This is Bucs week. They play the Bucs on Monday Night Football. And the Bucs are really like a tale of two coins. And even that coin has been dulled on one side. And you'll know what I'm talking about here in a second. The Bucs, they basically have like a top 5 offense in every statistical category this season. They are number 1 on third downs. They are like number 5 or something scoring offense in the NFL. But their defense is the opposite end of the spectrum. The 28th scoring defense. Their defense is allowing 26.6 points per game scored. They are 12th in the red zone. But let's see, what else? You're 30th in opponent yards per rush allowed, and the Chiefs really like to run the ball. You're 28th or 24th in completion percentage allowed. Like there's a lot of stuff over here. 29th in passing yards per game allowed. I mean, this Bucs offense is pretty good, right? The defense is not so good, but the Bucs offense took a hit, 2 hits. I'm not talking about marijuana. I'm talking about to their wide receiver room. Mike Evans, he's not on IR, but he's dealing with a hamstring injury for the next couple of weeks. He's not going to play on Monday Night Football. That's Baker Mayfield's number 1 target. Chris Godwin, we all saw that. Most of us did on primetime recently. He broke his ankle right near the end of the game. He's out for the season. Done. So that's 2 of Baker Mayfield's main targets out. And you're going to rely on somebody like Cade Otton. That's their tight end. He had a pretty good game. I mean, if you look at this, you look at the Buccaneers receivers from the box score against the Falcons, who they lost to recently. But this is what you're going to be looking at. Like, who are some of these guys? I don't know. But that's what happened. Like Cade Otton, I know him. 9 catches, 81 yards, 2 touchdowns. Like Raheem Jarrett, I'm not super familiar with him. Bucky Irving and Rachaad White, obviously, that's their running back duo. And they're catching a bunch of passes out of the backfield. Jalen McMillan, Trey Palmer, we know him. Sterling Shepard. I mean, they're kind of in the same boat as the Chiefs with receivers. Now, the Chiefs went and traded for somebody. They're going to get Mike Evans back. But yeah, it's going to be certainly interesting. They're doing a little bit better in the run game, talking about the Bucs, but the Chiefs' defense is elite. Run defense especially. The Chiefs' defense to the Raiders, they allowed 0.86 yards per carry to running backs. That is an unreal stat, and that is real. 1.6 yards per carry on the day, but that's including wide receivers and Minshew's scrambles. Yeah, so absolutely unreal. I'm lagging. Oh, no, that's not good. No, why am I lagging? Well, I don't like that. That's not fun. What happened? Hello? Oh, am I back? I'm not back. Man. What on earth? That's annoying. If it does it again, let me know. I'll keep an eye on chat. That's super annoying. Sorry, guys. Casey with the 5. What does it take to get any left tackle? That's an improvement. 6'8", 10 million. Or 6'8", 10 million. Mahomes got blindsided hit. Tweaked ankle. Few. We got to do something. I mean, here's the thing. There's not much you can do. There's not much you could do. Am I good? Are we good? I think I'm good. You are back now, all good? All right, good. All right, let's go. So, left tackle, you're not really going to get one, dude. Donovan Smith, that's your best bet right now. At this point in time in the season, I mean, you're going to roll with who you have. Delay is probably 2 minutes at this point. Okay. Well, I don't know what's going on with my stream. But, yeah, you're not going to get anybody, guys. You're going to roll with Wanye or Kingsley. When I say you're not going to get anybody, like I really doubt you're going to trade for somebody. It's hard. It's hard to go and get a left tackle. Like they're not going to give up their tackles. If they're good, they're not giving them up. Like that's what a team wants and that's what a team covets, tackles. Without good tackles on your team, what are you? I mean, really without a good offensive line in general. Audio pooping again? Can't hear. Dude, what is wrong with my stream? I don't know what to do. It says my stream status is poor, but there's nothing I can do. All right, everybody says they can hear. I can hear. I'm like listening to myself on YouTube. I sound good, but keep me in the loop, guys. If I need to restart it, I can, which obviously I would have to just quit out and redo another one. But I think we're good. I've lost like 300 viewers, but I think we're still alive. But yeah, man, Chiefs aren't giving up a left tackle or getting a left tackle from another team at this point in time. You're going to get Donovan Smith or you're going to roll with who you got. Video's good, words are choppy. Well, that sucks. You exited and came back and it worked? Lit. Yeah, just refresh. Should be good. I'm not sure what happened or why. But yeah, I'm getting a weird status that I've never really seen before. Perna's revenge. The Chiefs haven't given up a 300-yard game to a quarterback since the Super Bowl versus the Eagles. Spags is a wizard. Yeah, they also haven't given up more than 28 points in 28 games, which is pretty unreal. Little from the Jags. Well, the Jags just traded Cam Robinson, so they're not gonna let go of Little. I don't think they're gonna get rid of 2 tackles. Addister, thanks so much for the membership, man. When do you think Juju will be back? Probably in the next couple of weeks. It's not long enough to place him on IR, but it is going to be, I think, a couple more weeks now. I'm good now. Okay, good. Sorry about that earlier. If it's a problem, let me know. That's weird. I haven't had a stream issue in a long time. And it's weird. It says your encoder is sending us data faster than real time, which I don't understand that at all. Just fine now. Okay, good. We made it. We survived. I thought I was going to have to quit the stream out and make another one, but we survived. Erwin with the 5 gifted. Thank you so much. But yeah, long story short, as I was dealing with audio issues and lagging stuff, the Chiefs' run defense is elite. And yeah, the Falcons the Bucs just played the Falcons, but the Bucs are going to have to rely a little bit more on their run game. And good luck with the Chiefs going up against the Chiefs in their run game. And then, yeah, as far as like moves that the Chiefs can make before the trade deadline, I don't think you're getting a tackle. I could be wrong, but they don't have a lot of cap space and they're expensive. So you're probably riding with Wanye or Kingsley, and that's what you're going to have to deal with. You know, something that I understand what you're saying, because like Mahomes' ankle got banged up a little bit. He has been pressured quite a bit. Thank God he's just a magician in the pocket. Now, is that ideal? No. But, you know, he avoids sacks better than anybody. You watch any of these other NFL games, and we are extremely blessed as Chiefs fans to have Patrick Mahomes at quarterback. Like you can say whatever you want about Mahomes right now. People are saying all kinds of stuff about the INTs and like all this stuff. But dude, if you just watch the guy play, I mean, God, dude, watch Danny Dimes with the Giants. Watch any of these other statues in the pocket. Like they have no awareness of when they're going to get sacked. They have no idea. They have no clue. They're lost. Even Russell Wilson was doing it. Now, Russell Wilson played a great game with the Steelers. Like they looked pretty good, right? I feel like the Steelers, they got their mojo back. And their offense is flying. He's got weapons. Like it's fun. But like even Russell Wilson on primetime, I'm like, bro, move. And then when he does move, it doesn't make any sense half the time. So we're definitely blessed to have Patrick Mahomes. He has like a spidey sense. Now, sometimes does he bail a little early from the pocket? Yeah. Is that a blessing and a curse? Yeah, for sure. But most times that spidey sense is right. And he's avoiding sacks and extending the play, avoiding pressure and making magic happen. You know, I was listening to Carrington Harrison today on 610 Sports. I don't listen to the radio much at all, but they've been streaming on YouTube. So I was listening to his show with the drive. So shout outs to him. And he was just talking about how the Chiefs are really asking Mahomes to do something a lot of teams don't ask their quarterbacks to do, and that's to kind of make do with what you got. And what you got isn't quite as much as a lot of other teams have in the NFL as far as weapons are concerned. Now, Brett Veach did try, and he still is adding some pieces to the puzzle, right? Like, we didn't know that we didn't know Hollywood was going to be out for the season. We didn't know Rice was going to be out for the season. Pacheco was going to be out for half the season. Like, it's just stuff you didn't know was going to happen. But Kareem Hunt, like, he's serviceable. He's great at not losing yards, but he's not really creating explosive plays. He averages like 3-point yards a carry. And that's not elite. It's decent. It's like his receivers right now, they got D-Hop and he's still acclimating, but like a lot of the Chiefs receivers right now, nobody else wanted. Juju Smith-Schuster, nobody wanted that guy. McCole Hardman, nobody wanted that guy. Like, you traded for him from the Jets last year, right? And then you re-signed him to a one-year deal, but he was just sitting on the Jets bench. Juju Smith-Schuster got released from the Patriots. Nobody wanted him either. And it's not even a diss to these guys. It's a prop and praise to the coaching staff and Mahomes. You're able to take these guys that weren't even making it on another roster from a team that was way worse, and you're able to bring them in and like make it happen with them. That's credit to coaching. That's credit to Mahomes. That's credit to having Travis Kelsey, having some other nice pieces. But yeah, I mean, you are doing something right now with the Kansas City Chiefs, and we're watching it happen as a fan. That's what I was trying to say, and I mumbled or stumbled my speech there. But as a fan, we're watching them do something that not a lot of other teams are doing. And even the ones that are trying it, they're not doing it nearly as successful. The Chiefs have like the number one success rate in the NFL on offense, one of the highest teams in EPA per play. They are number 2 on third downs. Their red zone percentage is shot way up. They are 7 for 9 in the red zone over the last 2 games, which is absolutely fantastic. Addister, thanks for the membership, and then Irwin with the 5 gifted as well. Just realized there's a huge change. We can go undefeated this season. Yeah, and that's the other thing. Like, the Chiefs are undefeated. Are they winning pretty games? No. Are they number 1 on everybody's power rankings? No. Do I care? No, I do not care what these people think. I don't care. I mean, the Chiefs are making it happen. Yeah, the Chiefs are making it happen, and it's incredible to watch. Now, you're getting some pieces back. Juju should return in a couple weeks. DeAndre Hopkins is going to get acclimated. I think Isaiah Pacheco should be coming back sometime soon. Keno with the 5 gifted as well. Thank you, man. Appreciate that. Mike Tilson with the 18 months. Hey, Cole. Looking at the rest of the schedule, I only see 1 or 2 losses, maybe Buffalo and a team we shouldn't lose to. Let's freaking go. Thoughts? Yeah, I mean, I said at the beginning of the season, the Chiefs are probably like 13-4, 14-3, and I still think that's probably possible. You could always also say, hey, maybe they lose week 18. Like, I don't even remember who they play. But what if you win the division, you're the 1 seed, and you rest your starters? Like, you could take an L that week and it doesn't matter, right? So maybe they do lose 1 or 2 here by season's end, and then maybe they're losing the last week as well. We'll see. I definitely didn't have them going 7-0. I mean, I kind of every week I'm like, hey, I have the Chiefs winning this week, and it's been working, but they don't always win every game. That's not necessarily how it works. If you would have said, hey, look at all these teams that the Chiefs are playing, and Rice is out for the season, Pacheco gone, Hollywood doesn't even play a snap. He plays 1 snap in preseason. I mean, who else? Jalen Watson, CB2 is gone. Like, just all the stuff that's happened. Kareem Hunt's back, Juju's back. They traded for D-Hop. Like, I would have said, yeah, that maybe they probably lost like 3 games. Now they've lost 0. 0. It's insane. Desi with the 6 months. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Did you hear about Charvarius Ward? Yeah. So Charvarius Ward announced today that he lost his 1-year-old daughter, man. They didn't really go into detail what happened, but he put out a statement, or the 49ers put it out for him. And Charvarius Ward, if you don't know, he was formerly with the Kansas City Chiefs, signed a deal with the 49ers a couple years ago, 2 or 3 years ago, and Yeah, he announced the loss of his 1-year-old daughter, and it almost brings me to like tears just to like talk about it. Just I could not imagine losing a kid. It's probably like my worst fear because it's my greatest treasure here on this earth. Is jeez, man. Yeah, it's the kids that me and my wife are raising. So yeah, he lost his 1-year-old daughter. So think send him some good thoughts or some prayers if you pray, because they are going through it right now. Him and his family. It's freaking tragic. Hannah with the 10. Anthony Richardson benched. Yep. Justin Fields benched. Zach Wilson. Do you think the NFL has a QB development issue? Should rookie QB sit behind a vet QB like Mahomes did to adjust to the NFL? Well, thanks for the 10. That's a great question. I think for whatever reason, and I would love to hear your thoughts on this too. I feel like the NFL doesn't have a lot of patience these days. Like you're putting a lot on the rookie, and when they're not performing, they bench them probably quicker than they should. Now, the Anthony Richardson thing, to me, I think that's a temporary benching, and I think it's mainly because he told the media after the game that he subbed himself out on 3rd and goal because he was tired. He said he'd been running around a lot and needed a break, basically. And I don't think teammates take that very well. You know what I mean? Like, they're like, dude, what do you mean we're busting, like, excuse my language, but like, we're busting our ass, dude, like every play, and you're just, you can sub out and just, you get a break, you know? Like, don't get me wrong, like other skilled players can do that. Pacheco, we see him do that. You see Kelsey do that. Like, it happens, but how often do you see the quarterback, that's the leader of the offense, how often do you see him do that? I mean, never. Have you ever seen Mahomes do that? Hey, Andy, I need a break for a second. Can you send Carson Wentz out there? It's been a long day. It's been a real, no. So I think the benching of Richardson's temporary and kind of just like a, hey, dude, that's not cool. You can't do that. You lost respect of some of your teammates. You're going to have to earn it back. Flacco's not the future of the Colts. But Justin Fields, yeah, like Zach Wilson, you got to think of too, like some of those organizations, like look, maybe not the Colts right now. I think they're ran okay, but like Fields was with the Steelers, they ran okay, but Zach Wilson definitely with the Jets, like that. Those guys are a train wreck, dude. Zach Wilson was doing better with the Jets last year than Aaron Rodgers is now. I mean, that's a train wreck over there. So I guess to answer your question, it would probably be ideal if a quarterback can sit behind a vet. That's what the Vikings were going to do pretty much with J.J. McCarthy sitting behind Sam Darnold for a year like Mahomes did with Aaron Rodgers. You know, think of some of those quarterbacks like Jordan Love sat behind A-Rod. Aaron Rodgers sat behind Brett Favre. Tom Brady sat behind Bledsoe. You could probably go back in time and just like look at a list of quarterbacks who played pretty well, but they weren't thrown to the wolves from the jump. Some of them, like Josh Allen, he did not play well at first, you know, but you figure it out. And so sometimes you've got to ride the wave and just put up with the rookies kind of BS stuff because they're going to go through some really bad growing pains. And I mean, here's an example. Look at Bo Nix. He was horrible at first. He's coming around, playing not great teams right now. The Broncos are not playing good teams. The last couple of weeks in particular, I think they played like the Panthers and who was the other team they played? Like complete non-factors, but like he's putting it together. You saw Humor Haven on Facebook is stealing your shorts. Yeah, Morning Sword. There is a Facebook page ripping every single one of my shorts, my YouTube shorts or my reels, and they're putting them on their Facebook page. I've reported them 10 times. I've asked people to report them, and Facebook hasn't done a thing. I don't know what to do. Like, if you report it on YouTube, they'll shut it down. But this page on Facebook, Humor Haven, stealing every single one of my shorts that I make, and they just re-upload them. My voice, everything. They don't change anything. I don't know what to do about it, to be honest with you. I don't know what to do, which is unfortunate. But yeah, they are, which sucks. Keno with the 10. Defense just got even more elite. Pumped up for the Bucs game. Let's squash them. Yeah, heck yeah. I mean, pass rush help definitely is going to help you out. Why not? You know, you do have a Minihue coming back. You have Dana dealing with a pec issue, but you've got Karlaftis heating up. Chris Jones is him. Turk Wharton's having a great season. Yeah, I mean, you trade for Joshua Uche, rhymes with Boucher. That's how I got to remember it. It's not Uche, it's Uche. Yeah, you trade for him and you get a guy that can win. And that's what you need. You need more pressure. You really need more help when you're just rushing 4. And he's going to help you do that on definite passing downs, which I'm excited about. And the thing about a defensive lineman, you could plug him in pretty quickly. It would take like somebody in the secondary a lot more, a lot longer to really get acclimated. But a pass rusher, you could bring in pretty quick. Like, yo, 3rd and 7, get in there. Get in there, Uche. Go get the quarterback, you know? So I like it a lot. And the defense has already been playing well. You're dealing with some injuries, which is unfortunate. I hope Nick Bolton and Drew Tranquill are okay. They got shook up on that last garbage time drive, which is not great. But I think they should be okay. Andy Reid didn't mention them after the game. Song with the 13 months chat. Let's make a pact. If and when the Chiefs lose, we will not whine about the refs or calls. I mean, it happens. You're going to see every fan base do it. I, on this channel, I'll acknowledge if a call shouldn't or should have been made or something like that. But like, I'm not going to say the Chiefs lost because of this call. There's always multiple plays that determine the outcome of a game. And I just don't want to be that guy. You know, there are even times last year, I think, was it last year or 2 years ago? Like last year for sure, the no call on MVS in the Packers game that should have been PI. Like, yeah, that should have been flagged, right? But I didn't sit there and blame everything on the refs there. No, there was other opportunities the Chiefs had. And then 2 years ago, was it when Chris Jones called Matt Ryan a mean word? And that would have been a 4th down, and instead he got a personal foul, automatic 15. It moved the chains, and the Colts ended up scoring on that drive and winning the game. Like, yeah, that shouldn't have happened. Like, Chris Jones should have just shut up, but like, Skyy Moore shouldn't have muffed a punt at the 10. Mahomes shouldn't have thrown the game-losing INT. Like, there's always other stuff. Always. But Keno, thanks again for the 10 song with the 13 months. I appreciate you a ton. Morning Sword. Casey Lion Squad with the 2. Trevon Diggs or Charvarius White in Spags defense. Ooh, man. I just feel like Diggs is like super high risk, high reward. But dude, he was not happy after the game. You guys see him arguing with the reporters after the game? That's Stephon Diggs' brother. He was not happy. Not having it. Tre'Davious White, I've heard his name thrown around like a couple times recently. I mean, here's the thing. Like, if the Chiefs really are able to go and get, because what is it, a day ago, Rams allowing Tre'Davious White to seek a trade amid not ideal situation for him. I don't know what his cap space looks like or his contract looks like and what cap space he would demand. He's 29 years old. But would he be most likely an upgrade in the cornerback room? I mean, yeah. And if you're going to go get a cornerback, you're really getting him now to have him ready for the playoffs. I mean, the Chiefs are 7-0. They're making the playoffs. I don't know if they'll get the 1 seed. Most likely they will, but there's a lot of games left. You know, you can't take them for granted. But he would definitely be an upgrade in the cornerback room. And that's what you would want heading into the playoffs. It would take him a while to get acclimated, though. You don't want White. You like our corners. I mean, here's the thing about the cornerback room, man. What if one other person gets injured? I mean, you're thin there. And that's why, like, I was kind of, I wasn't pounding the table for another receiver at the beginning of the season, but it was before, like, they didn't have Juju then. Chris Jones wanted Matt Ryan's jersey. That's all. Yeah, sure. But like at the beginning of the season, I remember I had a family member text me. They're like, hey, why do you keep saying the Chiefs need to go get another receiver? We're fine. It's the best wide receiver room we've had in a long time. And it's like, well, it is a good wide receiver room, but what if you're like one injury away from it being last year's wide receiver room? And then next thing you know, Hollywood Brown is injured on the first play in preseason and he's out for the season. Then Rice is injured week 3. And it's like, well, dude, this is why I said we probably need some more wide receiver help. And I think before that time, they got McCole Hardman, and then they did get Juju right after Hollywood got injured. So they've been making moves. They got D-Hop. Like, they are making moves. But yeah, you can never have too much depth. So you could say, hey, we like our corners. Well, if you brought in a cornerback now, they might not even play for a while. Jalen Watson's out for the season. You know, God forbid something else happens to somebody else. it's how it goes. Injuries happen in this game. It's the next man up. You got to make it work. So many teams are battling through injury right now. Like, the Chiefs are not the only ones having to go through it, right? James with the 23 months. I'm rooting for Chiefs versus Bucs. Then Denver will give them their first loss. Hey, easy. Easy, James, with that talk. What? He's a Broncos fan. Michael with the 5. I would love for there to be a developmental league like the old NFL Europe. Yeah, it's basically college now. They're even making money like that. And then obviously, you're also looking at guys that are playing in like the XFL, USFL now a little bit. But yeah, it's like college, and then best of luck to you. That would be kind of cool, though. You should make the XFL and USFL kind of like the official developmental league if the NFL would ever want to do it. I don't know if that's ever possible. I know they're looking, they're watching, because a lot of the UFL or USFL and XFL guys are like former NFL players that didn't catch on with a team or like went undrafted, stuff like that. Marcus with the 8 months. Let's freaking go. As always, thank you to everyone. Cole, mods, editors, young and old, scoreboard handlers, and chat. I could use some prayers my way, team. 8 months down. How high can we go? What's up, Marcus? How the heck are you, bro? You doing all right? I know you said you could use some prayers your way. Members only live stream tomorrow. We're giving away some signed merch, a jersey from NFL Shop, some coffee as well, some HBTC coffee. And then immediately after that is the members only live stream. I wanted to do it all tomorrow because Thursday, when we would normally do this stuff during Thursday Night Football, it's Halloween, and I'm going to go trick-or-treating with my kids because I want some free candy, and I just want to spend time with them. Justin with the 21 months. Where does time go, dude? I don't know. 21 months is insane. We've got some 24, 25-monthers in here, too. The fact that it happened 2 months ago, unreal. Hannah, Uche trade helps cornerback room with improved pass rush. 100%. I talked about that earlier. I talked about that in yesterday's video, too. If you could get home to the quarterback, if you could put more pressure on him, shake him up, make him nervous, throw off his read progression, his timing, like that essentially helps your secondary, and it's almost like another lockdown corner. It's not exact, but if you can get home to the quarterback, and if you can sometimes get home without having to blitz so many, you have more out in coverage as well. Like, think about how many times, dude. I mean, Chris Jones does it. He's one of them. But think, like, you guys watched the game last night? Was it last night? Yeah, Monday Night Football. TJ Watt. I mean, good God, man. That guy's a beast. And you've got other train wreckers. Like, you got Bosa with the Niners. You've got these guys that they don't have to blitz. Like, the Steelers don't blitz, dude. They blitz like the least in the NFL, and they're getting home. That's because they're insane on the front four. Now, the Chiefs have a decent front four, but they blitz like 7th most in the NFL. Now, some of that is great. Like, Spags is just like a little creative genius blitzing people from every which way, and it's a lot of fun. But yeah, an improved pass rush does help the cornerback room. 100%. Shane, thank you so much for the 2 as well. Yo, what's up, Mahomes, NFL? Lions had Hutchinson. That's true. He's out now, but yeah, they did. He was a real game wrecker. Holy smokes. Want to talk about one? Steelers offense doesn't scare anyone. Russell struggled 2.5 quarters. Yeah, I mean, it was only a second game, right? It was only a second game back. Hello, camera. Focus here. It was only a second game back. And they've put up 30 burgers, 30 pluses back-to-back games since Russell returned. 6 months for I Drank What? Forgot this was here. Let's freaking go. Been a fan since your first 500 followers, but I'm subbed now. By the way, Mahomes played behind Alex, not Rodgers. I might have just misspoke. I was just talking about several people who played behind quarterbacks. If I accidentally said Rodgers, I definitely meant Alex Smith, but I was saying like Jordan Love sat behind A-Rod. He sat behind Rodgers. Rodgers sat behind Favre. Brady sat behind Bledsoe. There's just a bunch of examples. And then I said, I meant to say Mahomes sat behind Alex Smith. I might have misspoke, but yeah, he definitely sat behind Alex Smith. And Alex Smith had an incredible 2017, was traded to the Redskins, I believe at the time. They're obviously the Commanders now, but then he got hurt pretty badly, which sucked. But yeah, Alex Smith was a great mentor for Mahomes, and Mahomes has said as much. And yeah, if you can sit behind a veteran quarterback, like, I think it's great if you can. Nefarious with a 12-month Steelers overcame ridiculous amount of flags last night. It can be done. 8-0 D-Hop breakout game. Dude, there was some crazy flags. They had a touchdown called back. Pickens also caught another one that should have been a touchdown, but he didn't get 2 feet in bounds. Like that was a pretty crazy game. The Steelers should have put up way more. Andy with the 5 said, a lot of fans told me I was crazy in the offseason for winning a running back. We're good. We got Pacheco. I had some things to say after he got hurt. Yeah, man. The running back room was it just kind of was what it was. Pacheco is fine. 7th round pick, but like he's been great. He's not perfect by any means, but he's solid in the system. But after Pacheco, like you had CEH, but he started out on NFI, Steele, undrafted rookie. But yeah, I mean, it would have been nice if the Chiefs could have got some more running back help, and they did. When the season started, after the injuries hit, Kareem Hunt, and he's been great. Like, he's not Saquon Barkley or anything like that, but you're paying him league minimum, vet min. And he was just chilling. And he's only ramping up from here. Yeah, I mean, in a perfect world, Andy, they're getting depth everywhere. Man, I'm so glad my stream held up. I didn't think it was gonna. I thought we were gonna have to restart the stream. That was like 15, 20 minutes ago, and we're good now. Race fan, that nose tackle from the Giants is leading the league in sacks. Yeah, Dexter Lawrence. Yeah, he's another game wrecker. The Giants aren't winning games, but Dexter Lawrence is a freaking dog, man. He's huge, too. I watched him last night, and he blew right past a guard or the center, blew right past the running back that was also assigned to help cover him, and he got straight home. It was hilarious to watch. I was like, that was literally a refrigerator. That was unreal. Yeah, Race fan, thanks for the 17 months. Tyler with the membership. Appreciate you. Come on now. Shane with the 10 bomb. KC has ran the ball 220 times and have only 7 runs that were losses of yards. They're tearing defenses apart with Hunt, Steele, and Pirine playing on the backs of the best interior O-line in the game. Yeah, Shane, it's like it goes both ways. So the Chiefs have like the best success rate in the league. I haven't looked that up. That's a great stat. They only have 7 runs that were for negative yardage. They also have the most or the least amount of explosive plays in the entire NFL, both with passes and runs. But that's why they're leading like these long drives, and they're successful. Like they're moving the chains. They're getting down into the red zone. The main knock on them earlier in the season was once they get into the red zone, they're unable to finish the drives. A lot of it was due to penalties that were bringing them back 10 yards, Jawan Taylor among others. But the last 2 games, they're 7 for 9 in the red zone. They have scored 7 touchdowns out of 9 times down there inside the 20 over the last 2 games. That's against the Niners and the Raiders. So, a lot of the complaints about the Chiefs offense early on, it was the turnovers, like Steele fumbled a couple times. Mahomes was throwing a pick or 2 in every game. But on top of that, it was the red zone woes. They were 29th in the NFL scoring touchdowns in the red zone a few weeks ago. I don't even know what they are now. They're way higher. I'll talk about it in tomorrow's video. But yeah, if you can mitigate turnovers and just score in the red zone, like I don't care if you have explosive plays or not. I don't care if the offense is boring and not fun to watch because you have an elite defense. All you need is an offense that can be effective, that can move the chains, and that's where Mahomes like really comes in clutch on these third downs. You got to have it plays. If he's not using his legs, he's extending the play and just making magic continue to happen. Like he's still, go look at some of the advanced stats, the advanced metrics, and he's still playing pretty good ball, especially in the fourth quarter. Highest QBR in the NFL in the fourth quarter. One of the highest passer ratings. I was like, what am I saying? Passer ratings in the NFL in the fourth quarter. When you got to have it, Patrick Mahomes is delivering. I think he's only thrown 1 INT in the fourth quarter, if that. Barely any incompletions. Like he's playing really well in the fourth quarter. But yeah, that's a big thing. Like you're not getting a lot of runs for loss. Mahomes isn't getting sacked a lot because he's very good at avoiding sacks. And like just some of the plays where he's able to get the ball out and throw it away or throw it at the feet of a receiver when he's like getting sacked. He's like falling to the ground and he's able to get the ball out. Like it is a very underrated talent by Patrick Mahomes. He's one of the best in the NFL, if not the best at doing it, which is fantastic. Marcus with the 2. We're grinding hard each day. Excited for the Zoom. Heck yeah, bro. Heck yeah. Andy with the 2. Depth is always a good thing. I tried to tell him. Andy tried to tell him. Night Hunter with the 25 months. Hopkins, Uche. Chiefs have loaded up for the stretch run. Let's freaking go. How about those Chiefs? Let's go. Let's go, Night Hunter. Good to have you in here. The mod always holding it down. Matt, Casey, Chiefs fan. Welcome, welcome. Thanks for the membership. Hannah with another 5-bomb. Thank you so much. Sign of quarterback making trade decision versus front office. Ravens traded for a wide receiver, Deontay, when they needed help in pass rush defense. Not everyone has Veach. Yeah, so the Ravens, like, I'll say the positive thing first, and it's going back to what I just said. You can never have too much depth because of injuries. Like, I don't know that the Ravens offense, it's already, I think, the number 1 scoring offense in the NFL. I don't really think you needed more wide receiver help, but, you know, if somebody gets hurt, that trade looks good. You barely gave up anything to go get him. On the flip side, the Ravens defense allowed the 7th most points per game in the NFL. They are the 7th worst scoring defense in the NFL. They just allowed the Browns to score over 21 points for the first time this season, and they lost to them. The Browns put up 29 points against the Ravens. And so you really need help on the defense, and you go trade for a receiver. It's like, okay. But yeah, that's also like Aaron Rodgers. Like, look at all that situation over there. You did get Reddick back, but it's a mess over there too. Still love Cole saying, suck it, Raiders. I lost my mind. Suck it, Raiders. I never said nothing. Like, I was like slapping the chair. I was laughing maniacally. The 7 for 9 in the red zone count field goals. No, that's just touchdowns scored in the red zone. Yeah. So they're averaging 27 points per game in the month of October through 3 games. Yeah. So they're scoring quite a bit. Reddick tweeting at Bill Belichick had me. Yeah, dude. Reddick, I'm like, bro, what are you doing? Favorite movie? Oh, man. I think maybe like the Bourne trilogy. I haven't watched it in a long time, but those are some of my favorite movies with Matt Damon. The Matrix movies, I used to watch all those with my grandma. Yes, sir. Play it, Cole. I don't think I have it. Are you talking about me freaking out against the Raiders? Yeah, I don't have it. I don't have it easily accessible, rather. What the heck? A white guy won. White guy won with the 5. Appreciate you, man. White guy won in the house. Matt Casey, Chiefs fan with the 5. Appreciate you. Can we give Juwan some love for not being penalized 2 weeks in a row? Keep it going, 74. Yeah, I gave him his flowers in yesterday's video. I said, hey, Jawan Taylor did not allow Max Crosby to get a single pressure on Patrick Mahomes, and this is the 2nd game in a row he hasn't drawn a flag. If Jawan Taylor doesn't get flagged, he's fine. He just led the NFL, I think, in penalties last year, and then I haven't checked after this week, but heading into week 8, he was tied for 6th among all tackles and penalties. You clean up the penalties, man, and he's fine. Which past 2 weeks, no penalties from Jawan Taylor has been incredible. Wildberry, much love. Come to my Bud Light VIP tailgate this coming Monday. You're the DJ. Oh, let's go, Jody. What up, dude? Hop was open a lot. Yeah. Yep. Hopkins was open a lot. All Pat needs to do is get used to him being out there. Yeah, I mean, you look at a bunch of the routes that DeAndre Hopkins ran, and he was open in man coverage. He was messing people up that were trying to cover him, which is fun because Mahomes is going to see that on tape, and he's going to remember it, especially on like 3rd downs, red zone. Depth chart check on the Bucs. Yeah, I mean, I talked about it earlier. The main thing for the Bucs is their wide receiver room. They got no Mike Evans. You got no Chris Godwin. They're definitely banged up. Let me see if I pull up their depth chart from ESPN. I think that would be the way to go. Yeah, he's out. Godwin on IR. Cameron Johnson on IR. That's those are the main ones. On defense, they're looking okay. Bryce Hall, IR, but the main two new ones is Mike Evans and Chris Godwin. Those are some big losses for the Bucs, especially on the offensive side of the ball. I talked more about that earlier than the stream started lagging, which I don't know why that happened. We've been fine ever since. How do you think the running back room will look when Pacheco's back? Kareem for third down in short situations? No, I think honestly, I think Pirine is still your third down back. He's been great. Pass pro. He's been a great safety valve for Patrick Mahomes and on multiple plays out of the backfield. I really think, I could be wrong, but I really think Pacheco and Kareem Hunt kind of split the workload on first and second down. And I still think when Pacheco comes back, they're going to have him on a snap count and they're going to be ramping him up, and Kareem Hunt will take the main workload at first. So I think it's great to have a really healthy 1-2 combo that you can have out there anytime. They both stay more fresh. Like Kareem Hunt won't have to have 20 rushing attempts per game, That's how I see it, at least right now. D-Hop was open on the Kelsey touchdown. Yeah, you could even... I've even heard some say based on the coach's film, Kelsey was open because of D-Hop. You had the guy in coverage was just struggling for a second to know which way to go, Kelsey or D-Hop, and it opened the window, the throwing lane up just enough for Mahomes to fire it in there to Kelsey. So, yeah, that's another example of DeAndre Hopkins just being valuable out there on the football field. Kareem is definitely getting a lot of snaps. Yeah, he is. Will Steele go to the practice squad, or will you go with 4 running backs? Yeah, that's a question I don't even know if I have an answer for yet, because you do have Clyde Edwards-Helaire back as well, but he's been a healthy scratch the past 2 weeks. So your guess is as good as mine. I think Steele would clear waivers. I don't know, though. I don't know what you're doing in the running back room once Pacheco comes back. Let me know what you guys think, because that's a tough one. D-Hop is exactly what was needed for Kelsey being open. Yeah, he's going to help a lot. I bet the Chiefs had a choice between several receivers, potentially, and they chose D-Hop even over Deontay Johnson. And Deontay Johnson was basically free and younger, but they like D-Hop, man. You'd keep Steele over CEH. CEH and his PTSD is a tough situation. It really is. Forgot about CEH. How's he on the roster but not playing a snap? Yeah, they brought him back they opened up his return window from the NFI list, and they brought him back. And I was talking about this on Twitter the day that it was announced he was an inactive again. And I was like, well, why did they bring him back? Why rush to bring him back if he's just going to be an inactive? I think you just could have kept him on the NFI list for longer. Unless I'm wrong. I thought you could have kept him on the NFI list and then activated his window to return later. He's an emergency depth piece right now, basically. Jared said, go Bills. Go Bills? They're playing pretty good, to be honest with you. Playing pretty good ball. They clearly won their division. Every other team in that division is god-awful. Dolphins, not good. Patriots, not good. Jets, not good. D-Hop is getting a tutty this Monday. Would love that. Yeah, Juju will not play on Monday Night Football. He's probably going to be out for a couple more weeks, yeah. That's not official. Andy Reid speaks to the media tomorrow. But they basically said he's going to be out for a few weeks. He's only been out for 1. Song said, my husband thinks Skyy Moore should switch to cornerback since he can't catch. God bless. Heard Coleman found his role a lot more lately for the Bills. Yeah, maybe so. I haven't watched I didn't watch the Bills last weekend, but I feel like you've kind of had him stepping up by necessity, right? Diggs is gone, and then Diggs is out for the season with the Texans. You got Amari Cooper, but he's still getting acclimated. I saw a tweet somewhere they were comparing Coleman's yards. What is it? Maybe it was basically his yard. What is that? What is that freaking stat? Keon Coleman has gotten more yards expected than predicted, and basically Worthy is not. But when you're a deep ball guy, talking about Worthy, and you're just misconnecting on those deep shots, like, yeah, that's not gonna pan out like that. They're two different types of players, and you have to use them completely different. But yeah, I mean, he seems to be playing well. Keon does for the Bills. Yeah, thoughts out to the Ward family, 100%. When does Minihue come back? There's not like an official time, Jody, but maybe end of November, somewhere around there. D-Hop was doing a great job in the Raiders game. Yeah, he was pretty wide open on the Kelsey TD, 100%, Rick. Yep. Your super chat message didn't go through. I don't see anything, King of Death. What was it? Drew Wallace said this offense could be explosive if they eliminate the penalties and the Mahomes INTs. And then just take some more chances down the field. I don't think Mahomes had one deep shot down the field, did he? I don't think he did. But here's the thing, like, if you want guaranteed yards, Batman or Superman, definitely Batman. I'm just a Batman guy. I got a Batman chair right there. But if you want guaranteed yards, Mahomes is opting for the guaranteed 3 to 5 yards, even if it's a pass, because you're more times than not moving the chains. You're doing these long 10, 12, 15, 17 play drives that take 6, 7, 8, 9 minutes off the clock at a time, and you're getting down to the red zone and you're scoring touchdowns. I would like to see him take more risks down the field. Like, why not? You got Xavier Worthy. That dude he's out running people. Yeah, he's often going for the safer throw, completing it, getting 4 or 5 yards at a time instead, and it's working. I mean, the Chiefs are undefeated, one of the highest success rates on offense in the NFL. They are number 2, I think, in converting on third down. I mean, they're doing well, but yeah, they're just not exciting in the sense of, like, it's not the deep ball game anymore with the Chiefs. Ooh, favorite Batman? Dude. I mean, Christian Bale did a really good job. I really like the Batman that dropped like a couple years ago. I can't remember the actor's name, but it's the guy that freaking played Edward, which I could not believe. I was like, that guy's going to play Batman, but he did a good job. A little emo-y, but the dude lost his parents as a kid, okay? What do you expect? Would you try to get a left tackle before the trade deadline, or should we trust in Wanya and Kingsley? I don't know who you're going to get. And you would have to restructure somebody and free up a bunch more cap space and give up some draft capital if you're going to trade. If you're going to sign a free agent, like, you're still going to need probably to restructure somebody. Yeah, there's not a lot of tackles available right now in free agency. And for teams that do want to trade a tackle, like the Jags just did, he gone. That was Cam Robinson. Yeah, he was just traded. Yep. The Batman was more emo. He was almost a little too much, but I was like, I'd probably be, dealing with some demons too, man, if both of my parents were taken away from me as a child, I don't trust our left tackles, but we don't got the cap for another one. Yeah. And Josh from, dang it, I'm trying to remember his YouTube channel right off the top of my head, and it's escaping me, so I don't mean to be rude, but he was saying earlier today, Josh Fan, he was saying earlier today that he would hate to see the Chiefs give up even more draft capital for a left tackle, given the fact basically that they've spent a second and a third round pick in back-to-back drafts on left tackles. And I get it, but like with somebody like Cam Robinson or something, it's like, well, if they saw him being around for a few years, like, and that's your left tackle, like, okay, if you want to go get him. But yeah, you're in a bit of a tough spot because Kingsley was a second-round draft pick, and you ideally want to give him more chances than you have. I think they want to develop him a little bit more, man. I think that's how it goes. They just want to develop him a little bit more, and we'll see. I think Wanya probably gets the start this week on Monday Night Football, even though he had a little bit of a rough game. He was flagged 4 times, once for illegal hands to the face and 3 times for holding. The illegal hands to the face was declined, so only 3 flags will show up on the records, but yeah, he had a little bit of a rough outing, for sure. 61 said, love the show. Keep up the good work. Thank you so much for the kind words, man. Let's go. Cole, did you hear that Robert Downey Jr. will be coming back as Victor? Yeah, I did. That's kind of weird. Yeah. I don't follow Marvel too heavy, but I did hear that. It's kind of weird. Jennifer with the 25 bomb. Let's go. Thank you, Jen, for the 25 bomb. White guy back with the 5. When do you think Pacheco will return? I think his window to return could open up in the next couple of weeks. Yeah. They don't have like a late bye week now, so it's not like a lot of times if they had like a week 8, week 9 bye, it's like, he'll come back probably after the bye week. But he had surgery in September, right? And they said he'd be out 6 to 8 weeks. He could probably come back sometime in November, maybe early December. His window to return could open in the next couple of weeks. I mean, we'll see. Maybe Andy Reid will answer a question about that if asked, but they don't have to because he's on IR, so you don't really have to give any updates on that person. Yeah, probably within the next month. I mean, I think within the next month to 6 weeks at the latest, you're seeing and getting clarity on a Minihue and Pacheco. Casey Lion Squad with the 2. Pat does have explosive legs when needed. True. 33-yard run, no problem. Yeah, that's another underrated thing about Mahomes. He's always just fast enough to get that first down. Jennifer, thanks again for the 25. Casey Lion with the 2. Hannah with the 2. Andy needs to provide chip help for Wanya at left tackle. Yeah, he doesn't like to do it too much because he wants most people out there running routes. But yeah, if that's what you got to do, that's what you got to do. I'm trying to think of you got Kalijah Cansey. This is for the Buccaneers. Kalijah Cansey, Vita Vea. He's going to be on the interior. You got Logan Hall. I think they run a 3-4. Yeah, I mean, you got some guys. So we'll see. We'll see what they end up doing with the game plan there. Keno with the 20 as well. Keno! Let's go. Thank you, guys. The Bills, Broncos, Ravens are better than the Chiefs? Oh, okay. Thanks for the input. Do we know if Bolton is okay? No, we don't know if Nick Bolton or Drew Tranquil. We don't know their status yet. Hopefully we hear tomorrow. The first injury report doesn't come out tomorrow. That doesn't come out till Thursday. First injury report comes out Thursday because Monday Night Football delays everything a day. Was asking what team we could be at. Oh, we could beat, maybe is what you mean. We could beat that we might struggle against. That would make you think we were going 17-0. I mean, Texans will probably be a good game. The Bills will probably be a good game. Like, those are two games that could go either way depending on how it all plays out. The divisional games are not easy. We still have a Raiders game left, a Chargers game left, and 2 Broncos games left. Those are always weird. Those could go either way too. I mean, I would think the Chiefs win most of the AFC West games. But yeah, those are, if you're having turnovers and the defense isn't absolutely stonewalling opposing offenses, like, you could lose that game. Like, dude, the Chiefs gave up that INT, the Raiders got to the 3, and the defense stonewalled them. I mean, unreal. The unreal stuff we were watching there by the Chiefs defense. Absolutely elite stuff. Ooh, Willie Roaf. Heck yeah, dude. Bring Willie Roaf back. I'm down. Keno with the membership as well. Let's go. Thank you. Thank you. What was the record prediction? At the beginning of the year, I said the Chiefs go 14-3, 13-4, somewhere around there. And it still really could. You lose a couple, right? And then you lose week 18 after you get the 1 seed and you rest all your starters. And there's your 3 losses. Undefeated would be better. I'm down. I mean, I don't think here's the thing. You take it 1 week at a time. I don't think the Chiefs lose to the Bucs, man. I just don't. Their offense is pretty good, but you're down Mike Evans and Chris Godwin. They're going to need to rely more on their run game, and the Chiefs' run defense is elite. You're going to have McDuffie clamping people down. Like, the Chiefs' defense is elite, man. So they'll be able to, I think, for the most part, hold the Bucs offense in check. One of the higher scoring offenses in the NFL. They're going to hold them in check. And then the Bucs' defense is not good right now. They're not playing well. Even though their coach is a defensive-minded guy, Todd Bowles, they are not playing well. And I think the Chiefs are going to be a problem. You genuinely hope the Chiefs lose 2-2. Oh, why do I keep reading this guy's name? This guy's comments. That's fine. I mean, if the Chiefs lose a couple, we'll see the Bills in the playoffs and give them another L. That's how it goes. Where's our old offensive coordinator Eric Bieniemy now? He's coaching in college ranks now. Is it UCLA? I don't follow college ball, so that's like no disrespect. If you know where he is off the top of your head, comment it down below. Will Drew Tranquil play? I mean, I hope so. The injury report comes out Thursday, and then we should know. Nagy said should have tagged Sneed. I mean, we did. Tagged him, but then traded him. Bucs Rashad White's been playing okay. But yeah, Bucky Irving is a good back too. White is inefficient when just running straight running. Okay, fair enough. I mean, here's the thing. The Chiefs have shut everybody down. It doesn't matter. Bijan Robinson, Derrick Henry, J.K. Dobbins. Like, you name a running back and the Chiefs defense has held it down. Yeah, UCLA. There you go. UCLA. Yeah, there it is. I think I said UCLA, didn't I? I was right. Did you see Lamar Jackson lost to the Browns? Yeah, I mean, I wasn't even that surprised. That's a divisional game. They had Jameis Winston in there. The Browns were held back by their quarterback play, and Deshaun Watson was playing at a historically bad level. Like, go look at the advanced metrics, EPA, all that stuff. He was playing at a historically low level. It was bad. And you're hamstrung by his contract. The only way he was going to get benched, like quote unquote benched, is if he got injured and he tore his Achilles. So now Jameis Winston is in there, and that's an instant boost for the offense. And that's without Amari Cooper. They put 29 up on the Ravens. You think T. Higgins gets traded before the trade deadline? No, he's dealing with like a quad injury. I don't think any team's going to want him right now. Yeah, I don't think he's a Bengal next year. I would at least be surprised. And I have injury concerns with T. Higgins at this point. I already had him, but now even more so. It's like, dude, can't stay healthy. Tap with the 4 months. Appreciate you, Cole, for always presenting the real. Let's go, Chiefs. Come on, man. I'm just a fan like you guys. That's it. I am you. You are me. We are us. I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying. But dude, I just started this channel as a fan, and that's all I am. Like, yeah, I get to make videos about the team that I really love and enjoy, but you know, my guess at times is just as good as your guys's. And so I appreciate the kind words, and I think that's why I just try to keep it real. Like, hey, here's where I think the Chiefs are going to go direction-wise or what they could do. But at the end of the day, I'm on the outside like y'all looking in. Wesley Forte, what's up, man? Thanks so much for the gifted. Hey, Cole, for a must-have stop on 3rd and long for the D, who do you like out there as pass rushers with no extra help for backers or secondary? So if it's a, hey, we're going to have whatever, we're only going to rush 4. I mean, as of right now, I'm going to go George Karlaftis, Chris Jones, Turk Wharton, and then probably Joshua Uche. I mean, I know he's just got here, but that would probably be like the 4 that you roll with. And then Chris Jones can line up wherever he wants. That's what he normally does, right? KC Chiefs, Matt, KC Chiefs fan. I don't know why I couldn't read that. With a 10 bomb going crazy today. Chiefs won't go 17-0, but not because they're incapable. If they're undefeated after week 16, Houston, they'll have that number 1 seed locked in. They'll prioritize health over 17-0 and rest the starters for week 18. Yeah, 100%. Like, who cares if you go undefeated if you lose some key starters, right? Due to injury. No, I agree. What about the rumor on Trevon Diggs to the Chiefs? I haven't seen that. Why is that? I mean, I feel like the Broncos the Cowboys are still, what, 3-4? I mean, I still feel like they're in the hunt. So I don't know that the Cowboys are going to trade him, and honestly, I don't know his contract situation at all. He was, what year was he drafted? He's 26. He was drafted in 2020. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know enough about him, and I don't think he's getting traded to the Chiefs, but dude, wouldn't turn it down. That's for sure. I could look into that situation more tomorrow, and if there's any kind of substance to that rumor, I could talk about it in tomorrow's video for sure. Derek D with the 5 gifted. Come on, man. Diggs brothers are too much drama for Reed. Yeah, I feel like I don't know if it's Trevon. I think it's Trayvon Diggs. I just always call him Diggs. I call him Diggs and then Stephon Diggs. I think it's Trayvon and Stephon. But yeah, like I like him, but I don't feel like the Cowboys are gonna get rid of him. Do you guys think that? Because I don't. Cowboys are not good. Yeah, they're not good. They're not good at all. What is your score prediction? That's pretty early for a score prediction right now, but if I just had to like pick something, the Bucs can score quite a bit. The Chiefs have averaged 27 points per game. They're going up against a defense that's not very good. I'm going to say, this is way too early score prediction, I'm going to say 30-23, Chiefs win by 7. And like, maybe it's 30-20 if I really think about it, because they're without Mike Evans and Godwin. D-Hop is getting his first touchdown Monday. Book it. I might put a pick'em down on that one. Yeah, I might put an underdog pick'em down on that. 31-17, 31-13. Aaron B, thanks for the gifted, or the membership rather. Stephon Diggs is a diva. He cursed out a reporter. I saw that. Yeah, I don't know what that was all about. I mean, I saw like some of the behind the scenes stuff. Looked like he wasn't trying fully at or in the middle of a play. And he went off on a reporter. Oh, NFL rumors. If that's the Twitter account, like just mute that account, dude. They don't know anything. Yeah, they don't know anything. They just be saying stuff. I mean, a broken clock is right twice a day, right? So I wouldn't pay too much attention. Is Baker Mayfield injured? No, I don't. Pretty sure not. I just watched him play. He seemed fine to me. What now? Was he on the injury report last week, but a full participant? The answer to that is no. So no, I think he's all right. We'll find out their injury report on Thursday. Yeah, devastating news about Ward's daughter. Yeah, I talked about it earlier, but Charvarius Ward lost his 1-year-old daughter. She passed away. Don't know the details, but yeah, freaking sucks. Yeah, Tampa Bay put up 26 without Godwin and Evans, but it was against Atlanta. Yeah, the Chiefs' defense is much better. That's why I was like, I could see him putting up like 23 points, 23, 24. I mean, that sounds fair, but we'll see. Otten had a really good game last week. Yeah, I mean, he had 2 touchdowns and almost 100 yards. Can't wait to see what Spags cooks up with Uche, Jones, Karlaftis, Wharton, and FAU. Should be interesting. Yeah, and then Dana when he comes back from injury as well. 27-10 Chiefs at American 1020 with his score prediction. When is the last day we can do trades? November 5th. So you've got until next Tuesday. Next Tuesday it all is over. No more trades after that. John Brown said he's on IR. Who are you talking about? What injury does Fortson have? Knee. It's his knee, but we don't know the exact extent of it. Yeah, Pete Sweeney of Arrowhead Pride said they placed him on IR due to his knee, but there's no details other than that yet. And now that he's on IR, you don't have to know. Cole, did you see that bad tackle on Justin Herbert? I did. Yeah, it was a wild play where the defensive lineman tried to tackle Herbert, and it looked like he was trying to rip his ankle off for like 3 seconds. The Chargers center dove at him and like tackled him. It was a wild series. It was like a wild series of events, rather. You see the post from Starcade Media about Tyreek? No. I mean, what now? Tyreek's always saying something. Always saying something. Yeah, he tried to gator roll his ankle. Exactly. And some people said, hey, that guy thought Justin Herbert still had the football and was trying to tackle him. But I don't know about that. Most people are like, nah, he needs to be suspended for that. Tyreek Hill, fastest mouth in the South. Hannah with another 5. Thank you so much. You're the first place I go to for Chiefs news. Adam Schefter ain't Got anything on you? Gotta go finish work presentation. Well, thanks for the kind words. I mean, at the end of the day, once something is announced by Ian Rappaport or Adam Schefter, that's when I'll kind of go and dig and do my own thing on, okay, let's look up some stats, some advanced metrics, then talk about how can this player fit in the Chiefs scheme, from a Chiefs fan's perspective who follows the team pretty seriously. But I appreciate the kind words. If it's out there and it's being reported on the Chiefs, I will definitely keep you guys in the know and in the loop. That's what we've been doing on this channel for a few years now. Means a lot. Apparently he posted something with D-Hop and a Chiefs uniform and then had a phone emoji. Oh, yeah, he's just trolling around. Tyreek wants Veach to call him. Come on, Veach. Go get him, buddy. What's up, Codename? Aaron with the 5. Tyreek is as allergic to condoms in the same way Skyy is allergic to catching the football. God bless America. Yeah, he's got a lot of kids, man. Tyreek Hill got a lot of kids. You watch me every day for Chiefs News? Wild. Appreciate the kind words. Do you know any specific details about Dana's pec injury? No, I don't, Matt. They've kept it pretty hush. They just, like Andy Reid last week said, Dana is progressing. He said Juju is progressing as well. And the fact that Mike Dana hasn't been placed on IR yet, I think is good news. It means they believe he can come back sooner than 4 weeks. Yeah, but we'll see. Hopefully we get an update this week when they speak to the media. I thought they were speaking to the media tomorrow, but they're not. Let's see. Kino with the 5. Since I found you, I'm always up to speed on the Chiefs, so thank you very much. Heck yeah, man. Let's go. That's why we're here. If it's breaking news or in-depth stuff, I try to break it all down. Is Tre'Davious White from the Rams a possibility? I mean, maybe, Cody. I wonder what his contract details looks like, because he was given permission to seek a trade. That was the other day. I think that was yesterday it was announced. His contract, let's see what it looks like right now. He's on a 1-year deal, I think, with the Rams. His base salary is $1.5 million. Yeah, I mean, you could get him for cheap. Yeah, you can get him for cheap, man. So, it probably a late round pick. It could happen. Trey White is awful. I'm sure he'd get benched. Well, if you got him, he'd have to spend a bunch of time in the system first before probably seeing a bunch of playing time. Here's the thing, like when you're looking at people like that teams are going to be willing to trade, it's not going to be your elite guys. I mean, you're going down to the wire at the end here. And that's no disrespect to Joshua Uche or DeAndre Hopkins. I'm more like specifically with cornerbacks. Like even bad teams are going to be not really willing to part ways with one of their better cornerbacks. DeAndre Hopkins was a better wide receiver on the team, right? But he's an aging guy that was on the last year of his deal and was going to be a free agent anyway. Which is why Tre'Davious White's on the list. He's an older guy that maybe is not having the best season right now, and he's on the last year of his deal. He's going to be a free agent next year anyway, so you could recoup a late-round pick for him or something like that. How many yards do you think D-Hop goes for this week? I'd be willing to say like 30, 40. I mean, I don't really know. He's going to have another week in the system. Here's the thing, like Mahomes could have targeted D-Hop like 3 or 4 more times than he did, and he was open. So he's going to see that on film and be like, dang, D-Hop was open a lot. He might target him a little bit more. Brant's with the 10 bomb. First super ever on a live stream. Thank you so much for the 10, man. Very generous and kind. Cole taught me football, said Allie, and random football facts in the 2023 season through YouTube Shorts. Yeah, we haven't done as many shorts. We still do like a few a week, but we've been focusing more on the long form videos, trying to get at least one more out a week than we used to last year. Yep, Ken Robinson was traded to the Vikings. That's hilarious. Yep, he's a Viking now. They needed a left tackle so bad with Darisaw injured. D-Hop should have signed with us before Brown did, but it worked out. Well, D-Hop was under contract by that point with the Titans. I mean, he was a free agent 2 seasons ago. The Chiefs had interest, but the Titans offered him more money. D-Hop could be insane this season for Mahomes. I mean, all you need is a guy that's super QB friendly, is going to win in man coverage and give you another solid option, and that is exactly what he's going to do, right? If you could take one back for this year, who would you take, Hill or Sneed? Oh man. Whoo! The guy who loves high-powered offenses would love to say Tyreek Hill. But I think I would take Sneed and just make that defense even more lockdown. Like, you've got D-Hop now. Juju will be coming back. You still have Kelsey. I mean, you could have Hollywood back for the playoffs. The offensive high-powered guy in me, though, would love Hill back. Like, it would just be incredible, dude. I don't know. That's a tough one. A lot of you in the chat are saying Sneed. I mean, I think Hill has rubbed a lot of people the wrong way over the couple years he's been gone, but it would be truly electric for the offense to have him back. He's dealing with a foot issue, though, right now, I think. He played, though, but he was on the injury report with a foot. Cole, did you purchase any Super Bowl rings for yourself? I did not. Those things are expensive. I did not do that. Lucky said I'd take Hill because our defense is already the best in the league. It's a fair enough argument. I think the cornerback room is just pretty banged up right now. Sneed hasn't done a lot since he left. Yeah, you got to look at a few different things. That scheme, talent around him, being in a new system, it's like kind of a variety of things. And then even like PFF and stuff, like they don't really know how to grade that guy. Like, I don't think he had a great grade on PFF last year, did he? I'd have to go look it up. I don't think he did, but we know how well that guy played, especially in this system. Whoa, my dog's dreaming. I don't know if you could hear that, but she like yelps, and it freaked me out. She yelps in her sleep. I don't know, maybe she's chasing like a squirrel or something. Joshua Williams isn't the long-term solution, unfortunately. He is a guy that's got experience, and if he's got to step in there, he'll make some mistakes, but he'll make some plays as well. But yeah, I mean, you're out without Sneed. You traded him. Jalen Watson is on IR. Najee Johnson, he's in concussion protocol, or was during the game. I don't even know what's up with him at this point in time. I did message him, and he said he's doing okay. So I don't think it's anything serious. But yeah, you've got a cornerback room that is searching for its identity after Jalen Watson was placed on IR, and he was having a great freaking season, man. You're done with Williams? I mean, he had a couple penalties last game, like pretty close together. One was on special teams. That was a pretty bad one. And then he got hit with a hold. And here's the thing, like, he hasn't really played all season, so he's going to be working through some rust as well the next couple of weeks. Any news on Jody Fortson? I mean, no, he was placed on IR with the knee injury, but we don't have any details on what the knee injury was or anything like that. You'll go with Sneed, more cost-effective too? Yeah. I mean, here's the thing. In all reality, you can't go get Sneed. You can't, if you trade him away, you can't trade back for him within a 2-year window. So that was a hypothetical question answering Sneed, but like the literal answer is that it would have to be Hill. You could go get him. It's been over 2 years. Zane Winder with the 5. I recently started watching your channel. I'm a Raiders fan, but respect to you. Zane, dude, that's what's up. I mean, we troll around about the Raiders on this channel, but we talk AFC West on here, and you know, we don't really like the Raiders, but I have a lot of respect for a couple guys that are on the Raiders. Max Crosby's one of them. I mean, Josh Jacobs, when he was on the Raiders, had a lot of respect for him. I had a lot of respect for Devontae. I just have a lot of respect for great ball players, man. So Brock Bowers, like, he's a freaking dog. When they threw that 50-50 ball to Brock Bowers and he caught it over the head of Trent McDuffie, what the hell, man? All I could do was laugh. I'm like, dude, that guy's good. You know, it's like watching Kelsey or Tony G back in the day. You can just tell that Brock Bowers is going to be a problem for a long time. So yeah, when we play the Raiders, it's always F the Raiders, right? But much respect, man. Thanks for, that's cool that you, you probably just follow, you want to know news about your division rivals, but like, I'm sure you're sick of the Chiefs. So, but the fact that you watch it and enjoy it, even in spite of that, like, I appreciate that. You like Gardner Minshew? Yeah, I don't mind Gardner. I think Max Crosby's freaking awesome, dude. His story's cool too. You figured you'd show some respect? Nah, I appreciate that. Dude, I've been DMing back and forth every now and again with the Raiders fan on Twitter. He goes by the Realtor. He's like a really funny guy, diehard Raiders fan. One of his close friends is a Chiefs fan. They always do like bets on the game and have like funny bets and stuff like that. And I always appreciate like people that can see past it a little bit and know that it's just a game at the end of the day. Cole, play it? Wait, play what? Sorry. Play what? Am I going to any games? The goal is to go to the Broncos-Chiefs game, November 10th. That's the goal. I have not been to a game yet this year. I didn't go last year either. I've been dealing... I mean, I'm still working through it, but I'm doing a little bit better. I've had some back issues for quite a while. That's been... It's a little better. I'll be able to go to a game for sure. Oh, suck it, Raiders. Suck it, Raiders. Yeah, I went crazy. I used to have a mini car. What about a mini Minshew? I just feel like it was really fun to troll around about Derek Carr, but now it's just kind of like, They're rotating through all these quarterbacks. I don't even know. Could you imagine Bowers with Mahomes for the next 10 years? I mean, yeah, it'd be fun. Go from Kelsey to Bowers. Come on. But yeah, that was a good pick. Like, I was confused by the Raiders picking Bowers at the time based on their needs, but I truly think he was just the best player available on their board. They knew Devontae Adams wasn't going to be a long-term solution based on his contract, and I mean, he was traded this season anyway, so it was a good pickup for them. I mean, he's really the only bright spot on the offense right now. McColl was a free agent. Yeah, well, you traded for McColl last year, right? And then he re-signed a one-year deal in the offseason. Cole is getting to Unk status with Shannon and Ocho. I don't know about all that. Those guys are goated, man. That's a funny podcast. That podcast is real good. And then, obviously, New Heights. I mean, sometimes when you have a co-host, like, you've got to really mesh well together. Ocho and Unk, they, like, really mesh together. And then, obviously, the Kelsey brothers, too. Would you ever trust Spags or Toby to take... Who's Toby? Who am I... Who should that be? Who should that say? Or who is that? Toby? To take over for Big Red if he stepped away today? You must mean Nagy. Shoot, dude. I don't know. I mean, if you just look statistically... Tobe. T-A-U-B. Dude, I don't know. How did he spell that? Anyway, it threw me off. Tobe. I mean, really, the answer is an offensive-minded guy. You just look at, like, the league, and there's, like, some exceptions. Like, I think Harbaugh's an exception of a guy who's not an offense or defensive-minded guy. He truly has an OC and a DC calling the plays. But look at all the teams that are, like pretty successful in the NFL. They're all offensive-minded guys. Rams with McVay, Shanahan with the Niners, Andy Reid with the Chiefs. Harbaugh's the exception with the Ravens. Even the Bills, like, I feel like they would be more successful if McDermott wasn't their coach. I'll just say it. He's a defensive-minded guy. Look at all the teams that have been to the Super Bowl over the last, 5 to 7 years. It's almost all offensive-minded guys. I know that doesn't answer your question. If I had to pick between Tobe and Spags, I'm going to pick Spags. I feel like he would lead the team really well. Who replaces Big Red? I don't know, but I don't think you have to deal with it for quite a while, thankfully. Ooh, the Lions coach. Dan Campbell. Does he call the plays for the Lions? I think he does. When is Hollywood Brown due to return? Maybe for the playoffs. Not sure if you're much of a tailgater. We get a pretty big group. A lot of us are season ticket members. More than welcome to swing by. Where at, Brants? It'll be fun to swing by. Pacheco and Hunt are going to feed families. Heck yeah, Rob, when they return. You already know when they return. It's going to be great. Yeah, what about Spags? Yeah, I mean, I think Spags would lead the team well. You've got to get a pretty good OC in there. But, dude, here's the thing. Andy Reid's not going anywhere for the next year. He's got years left. So he's not going anywhere. Has anyone heard from the courts in Texas on Rice's case? No, not yet. Not yet, man. We'll see. They still got time. Lot E, south side of the stadium. Okay. Lot E. I'm not sure Andy Reid will ever retire. I mean, who's the special teams coordinator for the Steelers? I don't remember his name, but he's 71. He's having a great freaking life right now. I mean, how old's Andy Reid? 65? Andy Reid age. 66. He got time. He got time left. Yeah, Andy loves football. Andy's built a winning culture, and if he left now, the side would go on winning. Yeah, I mean, I think it's a really well put together organization, really from the top to the bottom, and that would stay in place for a while for sure, especially with like the key pieces they have on the roster. The coaching staff is very experienced. Joe Cullen, Dave Merritt, Andy Heck, Dave Tobe, Spags, like a lot of those guys are some of the top coaches, either top assistant coaches or top coordinator. I mean, Nagy's there. Some people don't like Nagy. They blame him for everything, but then when the Chiefs do well, I don't hear any praise for him. My whole thing with the offensive coordinator is Andy Reid runs the show. So like everybody's saying, oh, the red zone issues are Nagy. Well, the Chiefs are 7 for 9 in the red zone over the last 2 weeks, and I'm not seeing anybody praising Nagy on Twitter or on social media. That's because it's Andy Reid. Like, Andy Reid runs the show. When the Chiefs do well on offense, it's Andy Reid, and it's him. And when they do bad, it's Andy Reid and him. So, yes, does Matt Nagy call some plays and stuff like that? Yes, but Andy Reid can take over anytime. He takes over in crucial situations in the red zone. Like, it's Andy Reid's baby. It's his offense. Fire Nagy. I mean, you're not going anywhere right now. They're 7-0. You're going to fire Nagy right now? I don't think so. Hey, Cole, I just need to go ahead and send you my address for when I win something tomorrow during the members only stream. Desi speaking it out in advance. Yes, I do love football. And no, I won't ever retire, said Andy. That's probably what Andy Reid's saying. Andy Beasley speaking on behalf of Andy Reid. I think Andy took it over 3 weeks ago. I saw Andy get mad on the sidelines and take control. I mean, I feel like he kind of just runs the offensive ship. Like, yeah, sure, Nagy can sometimes call from a pre-selected order of plays. Andy Reid always has 51%. He can overrule it at any time. Yeah, I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine on that one. I feel like it's Andy Reid, and that's kind of, even when Eric Bieniemy was here, I said it's Andy Reid. I mean, what I would like them to do is bring in some fresh-minded guy and just infuse some new ideas into the room next year. Mahomes surpassed Brady's legacy. I mean, he has had the best 7-year start of anybody ever. Mahomes has, but Brady has 7 rings, dude. I mean, Mahomes has 3, but I don't know that he's passed. I mean, Brady played at a very high level for 20 plus years. Give Mahomes some time and he'll be up there. He's already like top 3, top 5 in NFL history, which is pretty crazy. I mean, that's nuts. We need to get Mahomes and Kelsey in chat. Yeah, sure. They're welcome to come on over anytime. Who would you want as a DC if Spags is hired elsewhere? Dude, maybe Dave Merritt. Bring somebody up from inside the ranks. Joe Cullen has been a DC before too. The honest truth is, like, I hope Spags just stays. I don't want anybody to go anywhere. Yeah, I mean, people are bringing up some of Brady's stuff. Like, I'm not saying Brady's without issues and problems from his career, but I'm just saying 7 rings, like, that's tough. Now, some would debate and argue out right now Joe Montana is the greatest quarterback to ever play. He was 5 for 5 in the Super Bowl. It's not always about the amount of Super Bowl rings you won. And that's why I'm saying, like, Mahomes stays healthy and keeps playing for another 10 years, like, you're probably looking at it and you got a strong case for Mahomes going down as that guy. Who should we get for left tackle to replace Morris? Kingsley. It's probably going to be Kingsley or Wanya, your choice at this point in time. I mean, maybe you sign some free agent, but I just don't think it's super likely right now, and maybe it's Donovan Smith. That's it. Does seem weird that Mahomes' stats went way down after Bieniemy left and Nagy took over. What year did... So Tyreek Hill got traded. Tyreek Hill was traded when? in 2022. Was it March of 2022? In March of 2022, the Kansas City Chiefs sent shockwaves across the NFL when they dealt Tyreek Hill to the Miami Dolphins. Was Eric Bieniemy the Chiefs' offensive coordinator in 2022? Was that the last year? Because Mahomes still had like a pretty decent year that year. Right? And then Nagy came in 2023. And then 2024. I mean, Nagy was there in 2022, but he was like the QB coach. Yeah, I mean, I feel like there's a bunch of factors there, to be honest with you. But I'm not like a anti-EB guy. If they want to bring him back next year, I'm fine with it, to be honest with you. I'm definitely fine with it. Spags is irreplaceable. Yeah, dude, I don't like the idea of Spags moving on. If he did move on, it'd probably be an opportunity to be a head coach again somewhere. He didn't really get a fair shake with the Rams back during his first tenure as a head coach. I think that was his first and only tenure with the Rams, right? Nagy was there when Alex had his best year. Yeah, I'm not reading too much into who was OC when, man. Not with Andy Reid here, because he's the guy drawing up offensive plays on vacation. I mean, that's his offense. Top 10 QBs. Brady, Mahomes, Montana, Peyton Manning, Marino, Elway, Favre, Breeze, Bradshaw, Rodgers. Top 10 all time. That's a pretty good list. I like Montana up there. Mahomes already passing Montana, huh? Number 2. That's what I'm saying. Some people argue Mahomes in the top 3 all time already, and he's only played 7 years, which is crazy. Is this the start of his 8th year? 2018, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. No, the 7th year. Yeah, Bill Belichick could be DC if Spags left. That's fine with me. Could you imagine? It would never happen. But Belichick and Andy Reid, the NFL would implode. Belichick would never. He would never do it. Yeah, Hendrickson ran through Kingsley like a hot knife. I'm not disagreeing with you, and that's why Wanye is still the starter. 100%. If and when the Chiefs three-peat, they would earn the title of War Chief because of the early schedule and the injuries and taking every team's best shots. And they'd be something. They'd be one of the greatest teams you've ever seen play the sport. Ever. I feel like the narrative for offensive-minded head coaches could change if the Chiefs keep winning with their defense and give defensive-minded head coaches a shot. Yeah, I don't know. Like, you could argue that the Chiefs have one of the best head coaches in the NFL, right? Andy Reid, probably top 3 in the NFL right now. And he's probably the greatest one. Greatest offensive-minded guy. If you want to argue he's top 3, fine. Top 3-minded, offensive-minded head coach, and then you probably have the best defensive coordinator in the entire league. So, I mean, it's kind of like a superpower. It's like a super team from a coaching standpoint. Yeah, Nagy's doing a fine job. I don't get too high or low on the OCs when Andy Reid's here. I just don't. I'm even keeled about the OC because Andy Reid kind of runs it, and it all kind of falls on him. But the OCs have their roles. They help. They have input. They're a lot of times executing what play is next on the sheet. But Andy Reid can overrule them. So, is something wrong with Cam Thomas? Why is he not getting playing time? That's a great question. That's a great question, man, because you went and got Cam Thomas, right around the trade deadline, and he really hasn't played. And then you just went and got another pass rusher. So I just don't know if they don't like what they've seen from him. Maybe they just value him as a depth guy only. That's a great question. I mean, is he even on the roster right now? Is he on the practice squad? I think he's on the roster. But, he hasn't played. I think he's suited up, but barely played. He's not on the practice squad. He's on the roster. But that's what I'm saying. I had to ask because he hasn't been playing. Cole is the villain on Twitter. I troll a lot on Twitter. I just say stuff and then I just mute it and then keep going on. I don't seriously mean it half as much as if I troll today about the Ravens, how much help does LaFraud need? It's I don't really care that much. I thought it was funny. because Ravens fans were like, oh, the Chiefs traded for DeAndre Hopkins because they're scared of the Chiefs. No, you idiots. The Chiefs traded for DeAndre Hopkins because they're down wide receiver 1, 2, and 3 due to injuries. I mean, are you stupid or are you dumb? Which one are you? Then the Ravens don't even need necessarily offensive help, and they trade for a receiver today. That's why I was trolling, because that's freaking hilarious. Sure, Kingsley can't play worse than Wanye. I mean, I think he can. I think we saw the worst left tackle performance almost of the season, maybe of any team, and that was Kingsley. Now, if you're saying, hey, let's give him another chance, I think he's earned it. I'm fine with that. Like, I'm not saying he had one really bad game, so never play him again, because he's a rookie and he's going to take time to develop, right? KC3 on the side of the ring if we three-peat. Heck yeah, Rob. Appreciate the 5 bomb. Rob with another 5. Cole, the Chiefs rings are corrected. I checked with the source. They fixed them? Like the issue that was on the rings? Like, did they issue them new rings to all the players, or what? What do you mean? Yeah, the white Cameron Thomas, the white one. I think we had a picture. We had a picture of the black Cam Thomas on something, and I didn't catch it when my editor made when he made like the graphic, and I was like, dude, we gotta swap that out, dude, because the Cam Thomas that's on the Chiefs is as white as I am. The Cam Thomas that's on the Chiefs, it's Cameron Thomas. It's this guy. I mean, this guy is as white as I am. So, that guy, okay? That guy. You saw that troll? Ravens fans lost their minds? Yeah, it's all good. What candy are you trying to get on Halloween? I just want chocolate. Yeah, any kind of chocolate. Snickers, Reese's. Like, give me the chocolate. I don't like candy. And this is, I mean, like sour candy. Like, I don't care about Skittles. I call that candy, and then I have chocolate, even though chocolate's candy as well. But I just want chocolate. Beer. Yeah, beer is my favorite candy. That's right, Dave. Cool. If the Chiefs got through these next 3 games, Bucs, Bronx, and Bills, what shot do you think we have to go undefeated? So if you're saying if the Chiefs go 10-0, they beat the Bucs, they beat the Broncos and the Bills. I mean, you've got the Texans left. You then also have the Broncos again. You have the Raiders again and the Chargers again. I mean, it's a pretty good chance. Division games are weird and difficult, but I mean, just from an analytical / statistical standpoint, each game you win, the chances of you losing a game the rest of the season go down, right? I don't know that the Chiefs go undefeated, to be honest with you, but if they do, I would love it. What's your game day beer of choice? Tank 7 with Boulevard was probably my favorite. Cole, why it got to be white? I don't know, dude. Because I mean, look at this guy. He's white as I am. And there's another Cam Thomas in the NFL that is probably more known, and he don't look like that. Black guy. Did I play any high school sports? I played soccer for like 10 years and trained in Taekwondo. That was like my main thing. I trained in Taekwondo and I used to compete and stuff. But grew up watching the Chiefs every Sunday with my family. We were big football fans. Never played, but just always enjoyed watching the sport. Thoughts on Lamar Jackson being the new Dak Prescott? I don't even know what that means, only because I feel like Lamar Jackson is better than Dak Prescott. What does that even mean, being the new Dak Prescott? What do you mean by that? Cole, did you see the weather forecast for Monday night? Not looking good right now. No. Is it supposed to be cold? I saw the forecast for tomorrow. There's supposed to be like severe storms. Can Hollywood be back by week 17 if they say he's ahead of schedule? I don't think he plays earlier than January, but I think week 18 is right around then, right? It's the end of December. There's a Cam Thomas in the NBA I did a pick 'em with today and hit. Oh, let's go. Bills, Ravens, Packers, Lions. That's all the Chiefs have to worry about. Well, one of those 4 teams, like in a deep playoff run, either Bills or Ravens, AFC Championship, and Packers, Lions in the Super Bowl. Fair enough for me. Is there a Cam Thomas in the NHL? Maybe. Lamar looked frustrated as hell after their loss. Yeah, nobody wants to lose. The Ravens had won 5 straight by then. None of those guys like to lose, man. And I think Lamar, like, they had a chance at the end of the game to seal it, right? And they couldn't get it done. Oh, is that what you mean? Lamar chokes in the playoffs like Dak? That's what I troll Ravens fans about. Like, I mean, he's good. He's won MVP a couple times. He's probably the favorite right now, him and Josh Allen, to win again. I'm just like, okay, that's cool. But, like, what are you doing in the playoffs? Because he's not doing much. Jeff with a 10. Cole, are you surprised we haven't seen anything or something from Wiley so far to get excited about? I know it's about opportunity, but just that one catch that makes you excited. I mean, did I expect Wiley might get a little bit more looks out there? Yeah, but when you have such a great tight end duo, like you might, Noah Gray and Travis Kelsey, I'll say it the other way. Travis Kelsey and Noah Gray might be the best like tight end 1, tight end 2 combos in the entire NFL, if not like one of the top ones for sure. Like, dude, Noah Gray, that guy is so clutch after Kelsey. So like, you're Wiley. I almost said Andrew Wiley. You're Jared Wiley, 4th round pick out of TCU. You're a receiving guy, right? But you're on the depth chart behind Travis Kelsey and Noah Gray. I mean, you're out there running routes. But if Mahomes is having to choose, and Rice isn't here, but I'm just saying when he was healthy, you had Rice, then you had Juju, you had Kelsey, you got Worthy, you got Gray, you got Justin Watson. Like, you got a bunch of targets to choose from. And I'm not worried about Wiley this season, to be honest with you, just because of the tight end room and how stacked it is. I'll be more curious next year, I think, personally. Flip, I think, said the same. Flip said I personally had higher hope for him, but let's see what he has to offer next season. There you go. Jared Wiley is our long-term post-Kelsey investment. That's a tall order. It's a big ask, but hey, I mean, I'm going to be rooting for him for sure. You think Joshua Uche will play this Monday? I think he has a real chance to be able to do so, yeah. I mean, if DeAndre Hopkins can play after only being here for 2 days, Uche signed today, and he'll have Thursday, Friday, Saturday practice, maybe Sunday in the playbook, tomorrow in the playbook a little bit. Yeah, he'll play. I don't see why he wouldn't. Your dad was a 4th degree black belt, used to teach classes in Topeka. Dude, nice. I got my 2nd degree, and that was it. Touche, Uche, Waterboy on the sideline, call him Bobby Boucher. I don't know. That's how I'm remembering his name. It rhymes with Boucher. But hey, I appreciate you guys. We held almost 1,000 in chat. Thanks for sticking through the storm of the live stream lag that I had earlier on in the stream. I thought we were going to have to restart the stream, but we made it. It's 10 o'clock. I'm going to get off here and just rest. Maybe listen to some football podcasts and just kind of relax, get ready for a long day tomorrow. But I appreciate the mods holding it down, all the super chats, the dono bombs, the gifteds, like everything. I just appreciate hanging out with you guys every Tuesday night. It's always a lot of fun to talk football. The Chiefs, Bucs, Monday Night Football. We got a little while before then. We'll talk plenty more about the team, about the game. I think the Chiefs win it. I see multiple ways how the Chiefs get it done. I think the Chiefs are favored. I don't even know if they have all the odds out yet, but the Chiefs are home, right? On Monday Night Football? Yeah, the Chiefs are home. The Bucs are without 2 key pieces. The Chiefs are 7-0. Andy Reid is statistically very good against NFC teams. I don't think the Chiefs lose this game. And you've got DeAndre Hopkins stepping up. You've got Uche who's going to be playing. I mean, they've got some problems on their hands. The Bucs do this Monday, and I think the Chiefs win. They probably put up around 30 points. Bucs get somewhere around 20, and the Chiefs walk away 8-0. But let me know your score prediction in the comments down below. Hank D's with the 3. Appreciate you. And until next time, let's go. Let's freaking go.
How about those Chiefs?